as she is my boss, if anybody would want to say anything nice about me, this is the right person to talk to. Please feel free. I'll be very glad and I'll honor the words you've said. Okay, on that note, there's one more person that I'm going to introduce, but I'm going to introduce him at the very end. I was asked by the Master of Ceremony to introduce also my team, which I will gladly do. I think we should all be here. So I'll start with the ladies first. There is Judith, the head of internal audit and forensics. Judith, good morning. Thank you. We have Juliet. Juliet is the head of wholesale. I saw her this morning. Yes, Julie, good morning. We have Init Edroma. Init, the company secretary, head of legal. Okay. And Dorcas. Dorcas, any complaint about customer service? Dorcas is the one who's going to solve your problems. Good morning, Dorcas. On the male side of the executive team, we have Sam Jita. Sam is the head of risk and compliance. Sam, good morning. Yes. Joseph, the head of sales and distribution, is also with us. Thank you, Joseph. We have Ibrahim. Ibrahim is the head of enterprise unit. Nicolas. Nicolas is heading the capital, not the capital markets, but the capital program, the investment program with MTN. Nicolas, good morning. We have Somdev, Sen Somdev. Yes, Som is there at the back. He's the main organizer for today. We also have Ali Monze, who is the chief technical and information officer. Good morning, Monza. Any problems with the network? He's the one to talk to. We also have, of course, Andrew Bugembe, Chief Financial Officer. Good morning, Andrew. I wasn't prepared, so I always stand the risk of forgetting somebody on my list which is not there. Did I forget anybody? Oh, yes, the people man. Sorry. Michael Sekade. Good morning, Michael. Sorry. Thank you for being with us this morning. Okay, on that note, I don't know what you did or were doing on the 22nd of October 1998. I know what I did. I was just arriving in Zimbabwe for my first job in telecoms on the 22nd of October, and I also know what MTN Uganda did on the 22nd of October 1998. We made our first call. We made our first call on the network. So that is almost 23 years ago today, and we are going to take a short moment to look at the history of MTN Uganda. So if at the back we are ready, we can show the video. Okay, thank you for that. I've also not yet introduced Stephen Mutana. That is to be compliant with the new regulation of Bank of Uganda. I can't announce him as part of our management team because he's on his own. He's the acting CEO of the FinTech, the mobile money company. So Stephen, thank you also for joining us today. So on that note, last but not least, it's my great honor to introduce to you and to ask to come on stage to make his remarks on this very important, unique day in the history of MTN Uganda. I would like to invite the chairperson of the board of the directors of MTN Uganda, Mr. Charles Mbire, to come on stage and make his remarks. He is going to make the announcement. Mr. Chairman, please.
Excuse me. I would be compliant. Thank you very much, Wim. Thank you. Honorable Minister of State for National Guidance in the Ministry of ICT, Mr. Godfrey Kabyanga, Her Excellency, Madam High Commissioner of the Republic of South Africa to Uganda, our regulators of the telecommunications business and mobile banking business, the Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Uganda, the URA Commissioner General, the Executive Director, Uganda Communications Commission, those are our regulators who have supported us directly to make this day happen. The Chief Executive Officer, Capital Markets Authority, the Uganda Securities Exchange, government representatives, eminent guests, ladies and gentlemen, in your various capacities, all protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to join you today for this landmark moment in the history of MTN Uganda. On October 22nd, 1998, the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, made his first call on the MTN network from State House Nakasero, reaching out to the then South African President, the late Nelson Mandela. That call marked the start of what has been a remarkable and successful partnership between MTN and the warm-hearted and welcoming people of this great country that we call home, launching what has been a virtual social economic revolution in Uganda. This followed the award of the second National Operators License, SNO, to MTN for 20 years after an international bidding process. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, about 23 years later, Uganda's mobile service penetration has grown phenomenally from a low of 0.27% to 70% as of March 31st, 2021. With MTN playing a big role as a market leader. Out of every 10 Ugandans, at least 7 have access to mobile telephone services today. In 2009, we pioneered MTN Mobile Money, which has become a resounding success story and which has revolutionized the financial landscape in Uganda. Formal financial inclusion has been doubled from 28% in 2009, when mobile money was introduced in Uganda, to 58% as of 2018. Today, MTN has made mobile money universal through a widespread network of approximately 145,000 mobile money agents, 200 service stores, 14 main distributors, moving approximately 180 billion shillings per day within its ecosystem. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, from the outset, MTN Uganda was deliberate about being a good corporate citizen of Uganda and sustainability. We are compliant, and I'll say it again, we are very compliant to the laws of the land and have invested materially in the Ugandan society, among whom we conduct our business. We have topped the leading taxpayers list for the last 10 years. Today, we're a fully integrated telecoms operator, delivering the benefits of a modern connected life and positively changing the lives of our growing customer base by improving digital access, driving financial inclusion, and overall community development at one with our mantra, we are good together. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, as MTN continues in this fruitful partnership with the people of Uganda into the third decade, we are emboldened, and our commitment is renewed by the award last year in June by the government of Uganda of a renewed national telecom operator license. Through you, Honorable Minister, we wish to thank the government of Uganda for providing a conducive regulatory and business environment. The new license requires us to list at least 20% of our shareholding on the Uganda Securities Exchange. MTN has always looked forward to an opportunity to share its success with the people of Uganda through direct ownership of this iconic business, in alignment with our localization agenda. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor I announce MTN's intention to float 20% of its issued shares through an initial public offer, IPO, of existing ordinary shares, a process which has already been approved by the Capital Markets Authority of Uganda. By listing MTN Uganda on the Uganda Securities Exchange, we look forward to deepening the bond between the MTN brand and the people of Uganda, which underpins our commitment as a co-owner and partner in the growth of MTN Uganda and the entire economy of this great country that we are privileged to call home. My greatest joy will be to welcome Ugandan investors as shareholders of MTN Uganda through our IPO, details of which will be made known to the public in due course. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
big hand clap for Mr. Charles Mbure, Chairman of MTN Uganda. Thank you very much, sir. The cat is now out of the bag. I heard somebody looking around and saying, you mean there's a cat inside here? Uganda is full of surprises. You never know. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to keep talking about Uganda this whole morning because this Uganda is home. MTN is home at Uganda. And just to pick out one gem that our dear chairman dropped, MTN has been consistently the top taxpayer for the last 10 years. A big hand clap to MTN for that. Great job, guys. Do you know how hard it is to make somebody smile when they've got a mask on? The Commissioner General of URA smiled when he said that. So it's a good thing. Now, let's not forget, we need to also stay safe. Let's maintain all the COVID-19 SOPs. It is here with us. Maintain social distance. If you've not been vaccinated, today will be a good day to do it after here, of course. We don't want you running out. But let's talk about ambition. Where are we going? I mean, this must be going somewhere. Now, I'm going to call upon the Vice President of MTN, who's in charge of Southern and Eastern Africa, Miss Yolanda Cuba, to kindly come up and give us some words of comfort. But before she comes, I just want to, we're talking about ambition, going places. I don't know how many of you are aware that Yolanda Cuba was at one point the youngest CEO of a company listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Yolanda, you're welcome. A big hand clap for her. So there's nobody better to talk about ambition because she is very ambitious.
Thank you so much, Peter. Okay, got that right? I'm a little bit shorter. Firstly, thank you for having me here. Today is a joyful occasion. As we started off today, we said something profound. And there's something profound that we said. We said Uganda, waka, wange. Did I get that right? Uganda is indeed home. Honorable Minister of State for National Guidance, Mr. Godfrey Kabiyanga, Her Excellency, Madam High Commissioner of the Republic of South Africa to Uganda, Mama Lulu Tungwana, Chairperson of the MTN Uganda Board, who has just given us those amazing, amazing statistics about what MTN has been doing, and he's been the chairman since the beginning. So we acknowledge you, Chairman, and the work that you have done. Our regulators of the telecommunications business and the mobile banking business, the Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Uganda, the Executive Director of the Uganda Commission, or Communications Commission, Commissioner General, who is sitting next to me, of the URA, our regulators that have supported us directly and indirectly to make this happen today, the Chief Executive Officer of the Capital Markets Authority, the Ugandan Stock Exchange, government representatives, eminent guests, ladies and gentlemen from in your various capacities, all protocol observed. Again, good morning, and thank you for choosing to accept this invitation to attend this very important announcement that will set off a series of activities and events within MTN Uganda. I am certain all of you are as excited as I am today. Uganda is an important market for MTN Group. We have a proud history of partnering with Uganda and Ugandans to actually make sure that we foster and ensure faster and inclusive growth through digital transformation with this particular country we call home. We believe firmly that our success as a group rests on a healthy and meaningful relationship with this country and also its people. One of the things that wasn't mentioned earlier is that Uganda is one of the very first markets that MTN Group actually ventured into outside of South Africa. So that's why Uganda has such a special place in our hearts. Today, we seek not only to be merely participants in the economy of this country, but rather as a trusted and a valued partner. And as our chairman actually said, and has articulated, and the video itself, and Wim actually mentioned it, is that the people of Uganda have embraced MTN as their own and given us legitimacy to continue to operate in the various communities that we serve. We are always cognizant that we actually receive or get our license to operate from each and every one of the communities and the customers that we serve. That privilege we never take for granted. It is therefore most rewarding to be able to give a broad base of Ugandans the opportunity to share meaningfully in the success of MTN in this country. And the people of Uganda have built together with us over the last 23 years this amazing company. MTN Uganda will become the 4th operating market to be publicly listed in our group as MTN. That is out of 21 markets in which today we currently operate. This milestone reaffirms MTN's own work to promote local ownership and participation in the businesses that we run across markets and to create what we call shared value. This will be an IPO in the Ugandan market and the first of its kind in East Africa, and will be delivered primarily through digital or a paperless or green platform, and that we'll talk about a little bit later as well. And what makes me really proud about what we're going to be achieving as part of this journey is that we want every individual, every customer to be part and parcel of what we are going to be doing, which is we want them to own a piece of this company. In response to MTN Group strategy, which we call Ambition 2025, of leading digital solutions for Africa, MTN is committed to supporting and also the realization of the National Development Plan of the government for its own people in this country. And this, in Uganda, has been particularized in the ICT sector in the National Broadband Policy of 2018. And in this regard, I want to assure you, I saw someone from the investment who heads up the investment corporation. We want to assure you that MTN, over the next 3 years in this country, would invest over 1 trillion in terms of the capital that we will be deploying in this country. That will be in order to ensure that we extend coverage across this country, and we ensure that each and every Ugandan actually has access to data and voice services. This will also enable the attainment of world-class connectivity at affordable prices. Our Ambition 2025 is to reach over 90% of the population, of this population, with voice and data services. This is how we actualize our very own saying and our own belief that says everyone not only deserves, but also is entitled to the benefits of a modern connected life. The ICT sector in which MTN operates has been a true catalyst for economic transformation for many nations in Africa, not least Uganda. To this end, MTN will continue to develop and enhance the provision of diverse services across all the profit centers that we run, which is voice, data, digital services, fintech services, wholesale services, enterprise services, to its more than 277 million customers across 21 countries. Our fintech platform has had great socio-economic benefits for many across Africa. Today, we sit at just over 50 million customers on our mobile money platform, and this is evidence of the African solutions that are developed by Africans for African problems. It is a resounding success story which has revolutionized the financial landscape in Africa and is the main driver of financial inclusion in Africa. So Stephen and the team in the FinTech team, thank you very much for the work that you do. MTN remains committed to building the largest and most valuable platforms in Africa, driving industry-leading connectivity across our operations, creating shared value, and accelerating our portfolio transformation through creating meaningful partnerships and leveraging its brand for the good of everyone, everywhere we go. Here in Uganda, this is our home, and we are proud of the fact that today we are able to say each and every Ugandan can participate in the ownership of MTN Uganda. For me, from an MTN group perspective, I want to assure you again that Uganda, no muka. Did I get that right? So I'm on the road today. So thank you very much for welcoming us here today, and indeed for welcoming us as MTN Group 23 years ago. We have another 23 years to build again, but this time it will not just be MTN and its own shareholders in South Africa, but it will be MTN with the people of Uganda. Thank you very much.
A big hand clap for Yolanda Cuba. Now, we're talking about investment, we're talking about ambition, we're talking about going places. This is an opportunity